Some serious locusts going on. Call them locusts, the cicadas here in Texas. I was going to do a real quick one today. There was a post I did about the Supreme Court ruling today that basically says you can't set up laws that try and balance the equation between people who have billions of dollars in elections and opt out of public financing and those who choose to take public financing. If it's totally unbalanced and you try and pass a law to fix it and make it a little bit more fair, you can't do that, according to the Supreme Court. This is a curious Supreme Court we have. We have a guy on there, Justice Thomas, whose wife works for a lobbying group. He kind of just amended the last 10 years of his tax returns. Turns out they've made a couple $1 million through her efforts. Curiously enough, that same group is funded by a couple guys, the Koch brothers, who also have this general feel that, you know, spending on political campaigns should be completely unrestrained. And it's free speech for corporations who are people to participate. The Supreme Court struck down that ruling about the Citizens United case about corporations giving directly to candidates. This is the situation as it stands currently in 2012 in the United States. Let me start it the right way. People, citizens, I guess, no, I should say people, sorry, citizens isn't correct, because citizens can vote. People have a right to free speech. Spending money is free speech, or spending money is speech. And corporations are people. Therefore, it is now illegal in the U.S. to write any law that bars corporations, who are people, from spending money, which is speech, on politicians, which is our democracy. The Supreme Court has made it illegal to set up a law to restrict corporations, who are people, from speaking, which is money, to politicians. These corporations, I think, soon will have the right to vote. They already have what is a ridiculously outlandish advantage in lobbying for the things that perhaps these corporate people would really like, that real people don't, but because real people don't have as much speech, and because in many cases real people actually work for these other non-real people, which are real people under the law and have the same rights as real people. If they have the right to free speech that can't be infringed, why don't they have the right to vote yet? I really think we need to start a campaign for the corporate right to vote, just to get it, pass laws, let them vote, maybe, so we can get it struck down, I don't know. But that's where we are, that's the country that we live in. People have an inalienable right to free speech. Free speech includes the action of spending money. Corporations are people. Corporations can spend all the money they want on politicians. Straight up, that's it. It's a corporatocracy. We need to give them the right to vote. I don't think it's fair that corporations can't vote at this point. I think that's the way to go about this one. So there you go. That was the Supreme Court. That's like a summation of their rulings for the last 2 years, I guess, on the rights of corporations versus the rights of people. They also ruled that you can't make a law that doesn't let corporations mine data. It's not your data anymore. It's, of course, the people's data. People, remember? I'd like to finish this on some sort of up note or something, but I think it's a horrid ruling. I will point out that if you look at, say, Google News and search for the Supreme Court ruling on, excuse me, this latest campaign finance ruling, and you look at all the different headlines, you'll find one that's really applauding it completely and utterly, and you perhaps won't be surprised to know that publication is the one that represents mainly the interests of Wall Street and the big corporations. It's called the Wall Street Journal, but it's the one that's celebrating. Everybody else is like, this is a little strange, and they're like, awesome, we won! So, Wall Street won again. I should say the Republicans won again. Same difference. There you go. Corporations are people who can speak as much as they want to the people that you vote for.